Not sure how visible this is with the lighting, but this side of the chassis I use Brasso to clean, which I've used it for a long time, seems to do a fairly good job. But I've been reading on the antiqueradio.com forums, everybody swears by Mother's Mag and aluminum polish. So I went and got some and did this side, and I definitely think there's an improvement. So we'll go back over this with the Mothers and get it cleaned up a little bit better. And then our research, I'm not sure if I need to wax it afterwards or not, but we'll check that out, get that cleaned up, get the rest of the stuff cleaned up, put it all back together, and we'll start recapping and trying to fire this thing up. We've finished most of the cleaning on the chassis. I'm a convert now. The Mother's Mag and aluminum polish did an excellent job of cleaning this up. So the last thing that the only thing that I wasn't able to clean up is this switch plate here that mounts up here. Just no matter how much elbow grease I used, I couldn't get that cleaned up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and drill out these switches, take this out into our media blaster, media blast it, and probably spray it with some clear. We've also got a little bit of rust on the variable capacitor there. That plate that goes in the middle has got some rust on it. So, and then there's one spot of rust back here where the BNC connector was, that I have to use some naval jelly on it. It had a fiber washer on it, and that must have collected moisture, and then that caused that to rust. So I'll get that rust off there, drill this one out a little bit better, go out and find some plugs and plug that in there. Clean the audio transformer up the best that we could. Not too bad. And that's about it. I went ahead and cleaned up the IF cans. I'm going to have to check on those. I believe I need to do a little more research on these, but I believe those are adjustable mica capacitors up there. So I have to see if they suffer from the silver mica disease or not. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the chassis down, or go ahead and do that naval jelly, and then I'll spray this chassis down with some silicone to keep it from rusting again. And then we'll start to put it back together. This is the first time I've done an actual S38. The other ones I've done are S38Bs and Cs and Es. Anyway, the IF cans on these, you don't actually adjust the coil itself. There's a couple trimmer capacitors up there. From examination of them, they don't have any silver mica in them. They just got a little piece of mica between some metal plates in there. This one's got a little bit of corrosion in there. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to back those screws out, clean the screws out, and then carefully spray some deoxit in there and hope that cleans those up so that they'll work correctly, and then I'll put them back in. If that works, it'll be a lot less work than the other ones. So we'll go ahead and do that and see what happens. Well, here we are on the K1SVC Hallicrafters S38 restoration. I finally have finished cleaning and polishing the chassis and reassembling it. We've got everything cleaned and polished, lubed up the shafts again here, cleaned and lubed the variable capacitor, polished up the IF cans, and shot some deoxit in the trimmer capacitors in the top of them. Went ahead and cleaned up the audio output transformer. I tried to use a little bit of heat shrink tubing on this. Don't really like how that came out, so I'm probably going to remove those and rewire those to clean those up. I've got it mounted in my chassis stand here. I need to do a little bit more on that to get it mounted correctly, but it makes it a lot easier to work on when I work on the underside of the chassis. I'll remove it here and rotate it just a little bit. It's held in pins like this. Kind of hard to do this with just one hand. Anyway, got the front all cleaned up. This portion here had some black stuff on it that I just could not clean up or polish out, so I went ahead and media blasted it, left it natural, and then clear coated it. So hopefully we'll be good there. On the back side, I went ahead and drilled out the holes that were in there for the BNC connector and the phono connector and put the plugs in it. So next day we'll go ahead and start shotgunning the caps, and we'll go ahead and check resistors, and hopefully maybe by the end of the weekend we'll be able to get it playing again. So till next time, this is KB0SQ signing out.